Hi everyone, I am back with this Kerby design. This is the skull design. I know I've got shadows on my picture at the moment. I just moved my lamp so you can see the intensity of colour. I'm going to move it across now and it gets rid of the shadow, but you can see it bleaches out some of the colour. But you can see that I've done all the orange flowers, I think. Sometimes it's not always easy to see if you've done it all until you get on and do other parts of the page. Today we are going to be dealing with the greenery. So like I did with the flowers, I've just noticed I've missed one there and a bit there. Anyway, as I say, it's not always easy to see what you're doing with all the details. I'm going to show you a little bit of the greenery and what I'm going to do with that, and then leave you to do some on your own like we did before. So here is the section that we actually did yesterday in yesterday's video. So we'll take over that bit. Now I'm just noting carefully here that the edge of the skull goes up here. So I don't want to get mistaken and think that's a leaf, because it isn't, it's part of the skull. So I'm just noting that sort of mentally as we go. Now with the colour I want for the leaves, I want a sort of slime colour, you know. So I'm just having a look and I think this Everglade might be the right one. Yeah, here it is, the Everglade. It's quite bright and brash. And it may clash with the orange, and that's great. It's Halloween. We want a bit of a mess going on, I think. Anyway, so you might not want to use a colour like this, but this is quite a bluey green, but I think it looks quite slime-like, and I am just going to start colouring. I'm doing quite a light layer here. It's quite a vibrant colour, and I'm going to use Kerby's lines as a guide as to where to put some shade on. As that is a bit behind, I'm just going to do it a little bit darker. Now you can use several shades of colour if you want to get your, let's go there so you can see, to get more of a contrast. Find it easier and quicker just to use one pencil, but you know, you can do it however you want to, whatever suits you. See, I'm pressing harder down here at the bottom, lighter here, and we get a contrasting colour without having to put in too much effort. We've got quite a clash between that green and orange. For me, that's what I want. For you, you may not. In this set, there is also a, I think, what's that colour called? The, oops, it doesn't want to come out. The toxic green would probably match better with the orange. So if you want to match it, that would probably be a better option for you. So have a think about what you want to do. Yeah, I had a bit of a problem while I was colouring these. My orange pencil kept breaking, and I realised after a couple of sharpens that my blade in my sharpener was blunt. I swapped to another sharpener and it immediately sharpened perfectly. It was a little bit frustrating because obviously I lost a bit of pencil while I wasn't thinking about what was going on. So I need to replace the blade in my sharpener. This is my Staedtler Noris sharpener. I wrote to Staedtler and asked them if they did replacement blades, and they did, so I was able to get some, which was good, because my main part of my sharpener is fine. There's nothing wrong with the sharpening the body part. They do break sometimes, plastic, but no, so it's nice to be able to just swap the blades in and out. You do have to be careful. Obviously it is a blade, it is sharp, but I use a magnetic screwdriver, and then when I pick up the blade, I pick it up with the screwdriver, and then I don't have to touch it, so that's good. Throwing away the blade, the blunt blade as well, you obviously need to be careful, make sure it's well wrapped or put inside something, and you don't want anyone handling the rubbish to get cut, because even though it's blunt, it could still cut. I'm sure it's not that blunt, you know, skin can be easier to cut than pencil. Just trying to work out what's going on with these leaves, but just colouring away. I really like this colour for a sort of Halloween theme colour. I think it's really cool. It's quite pale. If you want to go for something, try and get a more vibrancy, you could use the two colours. You could use the you could use the fan green for some of it and this for the some of it, or something like that if you want a darker colour, as I said before. So that's how I'm doing my greens. If it's just shaped like this, which is just a leaf, I tend to do it a little bit darker at one end than the other. It doesn't matter which way round you go really. You can do it consistently through if you want that consistency, or you can swap it around a bit if you want it to be a little bit different. But basically I'm doing mine a little bit darker on the stem and then lighter towards the tip of the leaf, or whatever, the base of the flower, or whatever I'm doing. I'm just doing that consistently through, unless if there's markings on the leaves. There are a few here, you can't see, there aren't any in shot actually, but there, see, this one's marked out for us, so I would follow this by going really dark under here and lighter on this edge here. So there isn't much more to say or demonstrate really with the leaves. It's just a matter of going through and colouring them like we did with the flowers. I think there's actually less contrast with the leaves, so there's sort of less work to do, as it were, mainly just flat colouring, which I actually find quite difficult to try and get it even. So that's why I add in little bits of darker and lighter areas, and then if I do make a mistake and it's not completely flat, it looks more intentional. So that's my little trick. Now down here I'm not quite sure, you see that this bit's in the dark from the where the skull is shaped. Push that up, I should do that bit, you'll be able to see. So I'm not sure, you see, whether to do, see this bit, the dark is behind, so that's okay. So we can do this quite vibrant and it will stand out in front of the darker area. But as we go round here, the dark is actually on top of the leaves. So I'm not really sure. I'm just colouring them flat at the minute and thinking. I think I will just colour them like normal. And then if I decide to do any shading over the top, I will go over them. But I think it works okay like that. I don't think you need to worry about doing anything fancy there. I think Kerby's done the work for us, to be honest. My children laugh when I say Kerby. Apparently there's a cartoon character or something called Kerby that they know of. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Again, quite a short video, but you've got all the greenery to catch up on as homework. And also any bits of orange that you have missed, like I have. I'm just showing you around a little bit so you can see the orange that I have done, in case you had any bits that you weren't sure of. The centres I realise I haven't done. I haven't decided what colour to do them yet. I can't show you the bottom. I can't get it close enough. So I haven't decided what colour to do the rest of the centres yet. I've got a couple of ideas and I want to just get a bit more done so that I can then think about it. It might be what we do in the next video. I'll have a think, not sure yet. So anyway, do the green and then come on to the next video, which will be out tomorrow. So thank you very much for watching and happy colouring.